What's going on YouTube? My name is Peyton, aka Mr. Recruiter, and I am from the Everything College Basketball Podcast / Facebook group. In today's edition of Countdown to Tip-Off Play Review, I got none other than Indiana star forward junior coming back for his junior year, Trayce Jackson Davis. Trayce Jackson Davis last season for his sophomore year, he averaged 19 points per game with 9 rebounds per game, nearly averaged a double-double. From the field, he shot 51.7%. And he's coming back for his junior year, 6'9", 245 pounds. He's going to be a big-time player for Mike Woodson's Hoosier squad. And he is probably going to be a candidate for preseason player of the year. Definitely going to be a dominant big man in this game. Had a very good season last year for Indiana despite their struggles late in the season with not making the tournament, just not playing well in general. But he's going to be a big opponent for them, for Mike Woodson's Hoosier squad. And I know we got a lot of IU fans in the group, so I'm very excited to get to this episode. The last two episodes, my first episode I did of this, I talked about Ty Washington. Ty Washington is a point guard. And then my second episode, the last episode I did of this, of play reviews, I talked about UCLA's star forward, Johnny Guzong, which he's a guard / forward. So finally, I'm talking about a big man. I can't be more excited. I know IU fans are probably watching this and wondering what the clips I've got, or just basically wondering how I think about TJD. And I think he's a very good player. And like normal, like I've done the past two episodes, I have 5 clips to show you guys. The format's the same as it's always been, at least for these past couple episodes. I'm going to play it out normally, or play it out full speed without talking. Then I'll slow it down and show you guys what I'm thinking, or just basically analyze the clips for you guys. And then after I'm done with that, then I'll play it out full speed again, but this time I'll commentate over it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Clip number 1. So let's play this back here. Indiana, the 2-1, playing against Stanford in a third place game of the Maui Invitational. 15 minutes and 18 seconds to go, or roughly about 15 minutes to go in the first half. 22 seconds on the shot clock, they're up 13-8. This play is a very simple play and makes me excited to actually review this. So real quick, let's go ahead and get into it. So after, 32, he gets the ball here. Beautiful pump fake. I know this is about TJD, but beautiful pump fake. Gets his man to go by him. He starts to, they obviously make contact, so it kind of slows his momentum down. But this right here, if I would have showed you this play, you would have think by the way TJD's acting here that he's going to set a screen. Well, this is what I like to call a decoy screen. Is he's there basically as a decoy, or you can call this he's slipping the screen, whatever you want to call this, but I like to call it a decoy screen. Because he's there acting like he's going to set the screen. Normally they would come up here, they set the screen on number 20, and then they'll roll to the basket, and 32 will roll towards the paint, and then 32 either have a jump shot, or he can throw out the lob at TJD, but that's not what happens here. And this is a beautiful play by TJD because there's a lot of space from number 20 and the other defender here. There's a lot of open space in between them. And if they would have done a normal pick and roll, it probably could have worked, but it wouldn't have worked as effectively as what TJD does here. So what he does, instead of setting the screen, he acting like he's going to set the screen, but then not actually making contact with number 20, he slips the screen and goes right here where there's obviously a bunch of open space, and then he goes obviously, he finishes strong at the rim with the dunk, and 32 does a good job of finding him and hitting him with a good pass. But beautiful display of, you don't always have to set the screen for you to get open as the roller or as a screener. He does a great job of slipping the screen, or like I like to call it a decoy screen. He does a good job of slipping the screen, gets himself open. 32 drops the ball down to him. He can shoot this jump shot. He can shoot a little floater if he wants to, but he's athletic and he finishes at the rim very strong. That he just goes up, left-handed slam, big time play for the Hoosiers. They're up 15-8, and the momentum is in the Indiana squad. So this is a very simple play, nothing complex about it. There's nothing. I mean, it's pretty easy to review. Just beautiful display of slipping the screen, getting himself open. the defense, they double down on 32 because they don't want him to shoot this jump shot. They kind of forget about TJD. Bad communication there. And 32 does a good job at dropping it off to TJD. And TJD finishes strong out the win. So play it out full speed and I'll commentate. 32 gets the ball, pump fake, gets hit a little bit, slips the screen, drops it down. Bang. Beautiful. Beautiful play. Up 15-8. Momentum's on IU squad. So that's clip number 1. Clip number 2, though. Playing against Wisconsin, a top 10 Wisconsin squad. He was playing very well at the time. 13:34 left to go in the first half. 28 on the shot clock. Indiana has a fast break opportunity here. And I'm just shut up and play it out for you guys. Alright, so let's review this back. Simple play here. The reason I'm showing you this clip is because I just want to show you guys how well that TJD can run the floor, and why I think this IU squad, with given the chance, especially with guys like Christian Lander, who's potentially might be a starting, who might hopefully we get a lot of minutes this year, but hopefully Mike Woodson, because I don't know how he's going to coach, and I don't know much about his coaching style or what he's going to bring to the table for this Indiana squad, but I'd like to see them run the floor a lot, or at least play a little bit up-tempo, especially in the fast break, because TJD, he does a good job of, I know I said this with Johnny DeZong a lot of times, but he does a good job of putting himself in the correct position, and he runs the floor really well as a big man. Actually looking like he plays for North Carolina with how well he runs the floor. And it's funny, I'm talking about an Indiana team, and I got a damn train rolling by, so it's just funny. Might be only funny to me, but anyway, so let's review this back. Sorry if you hear that train. There's nothing I can do, obviously. But TGD, obviously, he's back here. His man, I actually don't know what happened. I don't know if, I'm actually not sure, but as you can see, there's one defender, 2, 3, 4. So there's basically a 4 and 5 situation here. I don't know what happened to the other defender. He's lagging behind. I don't know if he got injured or, you know, a shoelace went out or something in the shoe. I'm not sure what happened, but don't care. So this shows here on how well TJD runs the floor. As you can see him, he's still right here. And with them having a 5-on-4 fast break here, or 5-on-4, basically Wisconsin's playing at a disadvantage here since they're only playing with 4 defenders. Number 5 is playing on him. 0 here is playing on number 10. 34 is in the corner here. And obviously number 1 is guarding number 3. So this leaves TJD with so much open space that he is literally jogging. He's not running full sprint. He's literally jogging. And he puts his hand up right here, as you can see. He's not even at the 3-point line yet. But he sees this much open space here in the paint that he knows that he's going to be open. That way he puts his hand up. He puts his hand up pretty much at the logo just to show that he's going to be open and they should drop him the ball at the perfect time. That way he can get a layup. So all he does is literally just drive, do with the ball. He hits him with a good pass, and he does a good job because number 1's here playing help side since he has to, since there's nobody guarding the paint. So he has to play help side here. So what TJD does after catching the ball here, good find by number 21. This man steps up and this man finally gets back from doing whatever the hell he was doing. TJD, he has an option here. He has 2 options. He can either drop it off or throw it in the corner to number 3 here for wide open 3, or he can do what he does. And he has a mismatch here, by the way. So he's athletic enough, he's strong enough that, and he has good dribbling for a big man, that he spin moves here. Real quick also, this man right here tries to take the ball from him because he kind of has to. He has to make a gamble play. Does not work in his favor. He tries to steal the ball. TJD keeps the ball pretty close to his stomach area. That way he can hold it with his life and not get the ball stolen from him. Beautiful spin move here. And you know what happens. Wide open dunk. Great positioning running the floor. Pitch yourself in the correct position. Good find by the point guard or whoever threw him that ball. I can't really see. But overall, just a good play. He runs the floor well with Wisconsin having a man down. And yeah, easy find. Easy bucket for TJD. So I'll play this out normally. Runs the floor, calls for the ball, spin move. Beautiful spin move, beautiful display. And that's all she wrote there. Now, moving on to clip. What was that? Here's clip number 3. Pause it, go to draw. Clip number 3, they're playing Rutgers. Indiana's 12-10 coming into this game. Rutgers is 12-9. First half, 18 minutes to go. See what happens here. Alright, so this play is actually really good here. I don't have an actual name for this because it's kind of, it's a handoff screen is what I'm going to call this here. Because TJD, he catches it at the top of the key here, pretty much a little bit at the top of the key. He catches it. He can shoot this jump shot. This man's giving them, basically daring them to shoot this jump shot, which he can hit this about 15-footer here. He can definitely hit this, but he makes a good decision here, not forcing the shot up. That he pump fakes, he gets in a triple threat position, he drives a little bit, and then this is what I'm calling a handoff screen. Because not only does he hand the ball off here, you can see this man, defender, he's starting to hedge out and trying to deny the handoff here. TJD can easily, if he wanted to, he can hold the ball and drive it this way. But that's obviously, that'd be risky because you're risking either a travel or a double dribble, or you're just risking just getting the ball stolen away from you in general. So he makes a good decision here, holds the ball strong, that way it's not easily stolen from him. Does a good job of getting the ball to the, what number is this? Number 1 here. Does a good job of getting the ball to only him, and basically obviously setting this screen here as well. This is what I'm calling a handoff screen. And as he sets this screen, he immediately turns his body towards the left. He faces his body towards the rim because he's definitely going to roll. And number 1 has open space that he can either hit this little floater here at the big sign, or he can do what he does and drop it off to TJD as he is rolling away from the screen. TJD's man steps up to number 1 to stop him because number 0 here is lagging behind. So now this leaves TJD with open space to do some damage. Beautiful bounce pass, splitting into 2 defenders by number 1 to TJD. Open space, you know what happens. Wide open dunk for TJD. Wide open contact dunk. Highlight play, by the way. Put number 11 on the poster. Just shows how great TJD is at finishing at the rim. And, yeah, this play is very easy. This is why I'm calling this a handoff screen. Because not only does he hands the ball off here, but he also sets this beautiful screen that allows number 1 to have space to cut, to either do what he does and hit him with the pick and roll, or to potentially hits the floater here, by right here. So, yeah, very easy play. Great screen, great handoff by TJD to not let the ball get stolen, and only putting it out only for his teammate to get, and not the defender for a steal. So, great display. Gets the ball, dribbles it, handoff with the screen, rolls hard, bang. That's nasty. And that is another thing. TJD, he shoots the ball right-handed, but a lot of these plays you'll see is he dunks with his left hand mostly. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the hand he prefers to dunk on. But that's weird to see, especially with a guy who shoots right-handed but dunks with his left hand. I don't know if that's actually what he prefers, but a couple of these plays I've seen so far, and like the other highlights I've seen, he likes to dunk with his left hand a lot, which is pretty cool. So, that's clip number, what clip is that? Clip number 3. Clip number 4. Obviously playing the Boilermakers. It's the rivalry, Indiana-Purdue rivalry. I don't know if this is the first game or second game, but they're playing at Mackey Arena. Obviously getting beat 35-26, 15 minutes to go in the second half. 12-13 overall record by IU. Just not a good year last year. But I'll let it play out. Alright, so this is this the 3rd play of like a little pick and roll situation here? Yeah, I think so, because this is actually like a pick and roll. Like, he actually sets a screen, he rolls hard. The first clip I showed you, It was basically he just slips the screen. Doesn't really set the screen. He just slips it before the screen can be set. And then that last play I just showed you is more of like a handoff screen. But this is actually your normal like pick and roll type of screens here. You can tell this is Zach Day guarding him. So he's like 7'3", however tall Zach Day is. But so he has. I wouldn't call this a mismatch. It probably is a mismatch, but in terms on not height wise, but in terms of agility and speed, TGD has that in his favor. But hands the ball off here instead of doing like a handoff screen. This is basically just a pick and roll here. I guess you can call it a handoff screen if you want to, but not as quite though. Sets a good hard screen here though. Allows number one to have so much open space here that he can shoot this jump shot. You know, if Zach Day wasn't 7'20", but after he sets his hard screen, he rolls to the basket really well. This is a lot. Josh will tell you this because he's a big man. He's obviously set a lot of screens in his day that he knows what I'm talking about here. As soon as you set the screen, TJD does a good job of positioning himself towards the basket for the pick and roll situation because a lot of players after setting the screen, instead of turning the body towards the rim, they would just keep on running like this, and that's a good way to get an illegal screen called on you. So after he sets his good hard screen, gets himself set, sets a beautiful screen, he turns his back basically towards the Indiana's bench, and that way he can see whatever his point guard here is going to do, or whatever his man's going to do, and it allows him to get open space and just beautiful find here, beautiful bounce pass from number one to TJD, and then TJD finishes, gets up over Zach Day, who's 7'90". I'm gonna keep changing the height every time I'm talking about him, and he basically posterized two defenders here. Once again, dunking with his left hand. Beautiful. That's absolutely perfection on that little pick and roll situation there. So I'll play it out again, commentate over it. Hands the ball off, beautiful screen, cuts down to the rim, great find, and just posterizes Zach Day and the other guy. So that's clip number 4, I believe. My foot's asleep, but yeah, it's clip number 4. Final clip, playing Tennessee Tech. See what happens here. Alright, if you're a post man, or if you like to post up, especially as a big man, this is as an easy of an example of how to seal your man off. And it not only, I'll just show you it real quick. He sets this, it's not even a screen, but obviously here, TJD number 23, that's the worst circle I ever drew in my life. TJD right here in the paint. His man is basically front guarding him here, trying to stop this over the top lob, which is not going to happen, but he's still trying to, it's bad defending on his part. But after, TJD does a great job here, and I'm talking about, it makes, when you seal the defender off like this, it makes the entry as a point guard, like I was, and I had to make a lot of entry passes into the post before, and it makes the point guard's job a lot hell of easier, especially when you seal them off very good, because you can just easily find them down in the post. So 23, TJD does a great job here. After the ball is reversed towards the left wing here, to the wing, he does a great job of turning around towards, I wish I had like an actual arrow. I'll just make my own. He does a great job of, of turning himself around here and sealing off his man. Worst error I ever drew in my life, but you know what I'm talking about. Does a great job of sealing his man off, and look at this. So much open space right here that all he has to do, as long as number 2 makes a good entry pass, and obviously this defender, let me erase this here. Obviously this defender here is looking towards that way, so he's not really paying attention at all, so he can't really steal this pass. So all number 2 has to do is just make a good entry pass, which TDD does a good job of sealing his man off and makes it a whole lot easier for the entry pass to come to the post. And pretty much has a mismatch here. As soon as he catches the ball, he already has great positioning on his man that all he has to do is just go up strong. And he finishes with the best of them. Great finishing. Obviously, he gets an easy layup for him, even though it's a contact layup. But he doesn't have to dribble. He doesn't have to do a little spin move here, or a little drop step, or even a pump fake. He does such a great job of sealing his man off that after the ball gets reversed here, he does a great job of sealing his man off. Number 2 makes a good entry pass, puts it into the quick position, and all TJD has to do is just go up strong and just finish at the rim, which he does. Great entry pass, but that entry pass doesn't happen if Trayce Jackson-Davis doesn't make a good doesn't seal his man off well. So that's a good example of how to seal your man off. So let's play it out again. Ball's reversed, seals his man off, good entry pass, finishes strong at the rim, and with the and one opportunity as well. Now they're up 29-17 with the potential to go to up 13 points if he hits his free throw or not. But that's the end of the video. That's 5 clips for you. I'm going to put out another poll like I did for this episode. I'm going to put out another poll with like 5 different options so you guys can vote on who I talk about next. College basketball is 15 days away. I love doing this. I didn't even realize this when I came up with this idea. I didn't realize that this was like a detail type of things. If anybody has ESPN Plus and they can watch all the details that Daniel Cormier does for the UFC and what Kobe used to do for the NBA before obviously he passed away. Rest in peace, Kobe. I didn't even realize that. I just wanted to do this just because I love college basketball and I love basketball so much and I got so much knowledge in my little brain here that I just want to teach you guys and what I think or what goes around in my mind when I watch certain players or teams. So I didn't realize, but this is indeed like a detail type of series that I'm doing here, and I'm so excited and I'm doing it. And I hope you guys enjoy this as well. I'm trying not to overcomplicate stuff, or I'm just trying to make sure these clips and episodes are simple enough that way you guys can follow along with me. I'm not trying to tell you guys how to break a 2-1-2 press or like a diamond 1-2-2 or 1-2-1-1 press or anything like that. They're just trying to keep these clips simple enough so that way you guys can follow along and so you guys can learn something on the way. But that being said, that's the end of the episode. Catch you guys next time. Make sure you go follow the podcast on Twitter at ECB Podcast 10, on Twitter and Instagram. Just made a new TikTok, or just made an official ECB TikTok. I think it's tiktok.com/ECB Podcast. I'll put it in the description. I'll put everything in the description of this video. But yeah, I just uploaded a second TikTok to the official TikTok app. So go check that out. Obviously, go join the Facebook group. Getting close to 1,000 members. So go join the conversation every Sunday. Everything college basketball podcast on Anchor, Spotify, anywhere you listen to podcasts, probably one there. Go buy our t-shirts, teespring.com/store/everything college basketball. My name's Peyton, aka Mr. Recruiter, and I'll catch you guys next time. I'm out, y'all.